Today, on August 15th, 2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. People of India and to Indian Americans all across the United States, I want to wish you a happy Indian Independence Day.
This woman was flaunting her relationship with Willie Brown, former mayor of San Francisco. You know, old Sweet Willie. Sweet Willie Brown. Sweet Willie. Sweet Willie Brown. And they were hanging out in the restaurants and out there on the wharf, you know, and Willie Brown is married. They were in public while she was a district attorney. Here she was, an adulterer, going with this man, you know, and all over you get pick up the daily the British newspapers. I mean, they covered it. Many of the people in the Frisco area didn't cover it. In America, they didn't bring it up against her either. But no, this woman was flaunting her relationship with Sweet Willie Brown, and they were getting it on. So she did date a black man because Willie's about as black as you can get. That guy's black as about 2 months cold, an anthrax. But here, what is it with she marrying this Jewish guy, right? And I'm not against Jews. I don't hate Jews. I'm a Zionist, right? I'm not against Jews. Me, no, I believe in Abraham. Jesus, too. But what is it with her marrying this Jewish guy? Something's up. So I can't believe that's love at first sight or any other sight. Something's up.
Yeah, well, the Democratic Party for a very long time, not just this election cycle, has been doing a lot of active outreach around the South Asians, around the API in general, and will continue to do it. I mean, what we know in particular when you're talking about the South Asian community, we're talking about the Indian community more specifically. It is a growing community in the United States in terms of its voting bloc, in terms of its participation, and I think the party knows that and knows that this is part of our collective community, and there needs to be outreach and inclusion.
And certainly you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Knock wood.
You could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Knock wood.
There will be a coup in the United States, an illegal transfer of power, an insurrection from within. And after that, Joe Biden will be out of the government and Kamala Harris will be in charge. So this prophecy is not new in that it is reflected in multiple prophecies.
I'm going to do my part to speak up for what I feel like is right, regardless if I get a bunch of hate, because I genuinely care about my community and I believe that this is what's best. A lot of my people are not doing their own research. Y'all are believing the first thing you are told, whatever you're fed by the media, and anything you hear, instead of taking the time to actually go out and research yourself. A lot of y'all were told that this woman is responsible for thousands of Black people being sent to jail, and that is not true. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Kamala was the most productive prosecutor of her time, even launching a program that aimed to hold police accountable. Back in 2005, she launched the Back on Track program that was meant to reduce sentences for people with nonviolent and low-level drug trafficking crimes. This woman did not want Black people in jail. In fact, she wanted to reduce sentences and she wanted to dedicate her time into helping people get second chances. So much so that at one point they were calling her a social worker instead of a prosecutor.
We will have Back on Track in California's penal code as a model of what we should be doing to be smart on.
Run away from the charges of those who do not agree with you. They call it soft on crime. That you can't be a social worker as a prosecutor.
Her goal is to break cycles of crime, not put Black people in jail. Do your research and vote Kamala Harris.
If you're going to give us somebody, you're going to push her with our image. And they're about to try to act like, if you're going to promote her, right? And this is what they're about to do. They're about to be like, hey, you know, we all worked and got Barack Obama in there. And we all need to work together and do the same thing for Kamala. No, we're not doing it like that. Part of it is the same. They pushed Obama, making us think that he one of us. And we really look at it, he not. So they are the same where they're not FBA. They're not FBA at all, but they look like us. And this is going to be the next couple decades what they're going to do. They already know they're out of grace with us. So they're going to take biracial folks that have a little bit of us in there, and they're going to push it like that's us.
So y'all love Kamala, huh? Y'all feel like if we don't vote for her, we're not voting for a Black woman? So tell Kamala, since she's so Black, and y'all are so happy to have a Black candidate. Is she going to open a federal investigation on that Massey case? Is she going to push a policy, an anti-Black American police bill where they can't just kill us with impunity? So don't say nothing to me or any of us who are smart and wise about this Kamala lady unless you tell me which policies this woman is going to push through, because she can do it now since she is the VP and Biden is the president, to make sure her asses are safe. What policy? Don't tell me about this and, all that. Don't tell me about how she went to Howard. I don't GAF. Don't tell me about what sorority she's in. I don't GAF. Don't tell me about none of that. Tell me which policies this woman has pushed to help our people out and has gotten and succeeded in getting it passed. Don't tell me about a policy that helps everybody. Don't GAF. What policies has this woman specifically gotten passed, plural, that will help our community? Tell me what she's going to do about this Massey case where this woman was unalived in cold blood. And don't, with you little supremacists, she was boiling the water because there was a prowler bothering her. She was taking it off the stove. She raised her hands up. And what is alive by you crazy, crazy people? Because something is literally wrong with y'all in your heads. And I'm tired of pretending with the whole world that something's not literally wrong with you people. You guys are just disgusting that you unalive people like this. There is something seriously wrong with you, and you know there is. But don't tell me about Kamala until you're telling me about what policy she's passed to help our community. If you can't specifically to our community, specific, don't tell me about some flimsy thing. Tell me about something that is going to advance and progress our people policy-wise, was specific to us, just like she did for the Asians, for the anti-Asian hate bill, for the LGBTQIA people, for the Native Americans, for the farmers, for all these people that I can list, for the immigrants. Don't sit here and I don't want to hear nothing. If you don't listen to this thing in entirety, just STH up. STF up. Don't tell me about something I've already mentioned in here. Well, she did this or she blah blah. And you didn't listen to my whole entire thing, because I'm gonna call you certain names. I'm not voting for that lady. I'm not voting for somebody who has a face that is brown or black, but thinks in the color of ivory. So stop trying to tell we are smarter than you. We are wiser than you. You haven't caught up to us. We know this doesn't mean shit. We know how this looks doesn't mean a thing. So when you tell me what policies that she has done that matches this, then I'll listen to you. Until then, I am the wiser. I am the smarter one. Catch up.
Kamala Harris, she not a real black woman. And I just want to tell y'all, sister, this how I know she ain't a real black woman. I ain't never seen her do this. There ain't no black bitch if she ain't doing that. So we is not vote until we see her. She 2 years. She at least gotta be scratching her head like this for 2 years before she can get our vote.
Let me say something to you. I am so tired of the black community and y'all low standards.
The standards are so low. You are so low in your standards, that even in your vote, that we are looked at as a joke. Do you understand other communities are coming in and laughing at us? You have Russians and Ukrainians and people from all these different countries coming in. They're getting trade jobs. They're starting businesses. They're buying houses on the block. They've been here for 10 years and we're scrambling to the top. And yet we don't stand for it when it really matters. We just want to see somebody that look like us and we good. Oh, she looks like us. That works. That's your standard? That works?
Why black women are the fall of the black community. 44,000 black women got together on a Zoom meeting, and in 3 hours, they raised $1.5 million for a woman who ain't even black to become the president of the United States. But you can't get together and have a Zoom call meeting and raise $1.5 million to help the black community buy land, buy houses, build businesses, build stores, build schools. But you can get together and put $1.5 million in the pocket of a woman that ain't even black. And we blame white supremacy. All of this money the black community is raising for Kamala Harris, you mean you can't do nothing for yourself? You can't put the money together to do something for yourself? Man, we need to be quiet as black people.
This election, going against a Democrat who had 3 months to run? You had 3 months to run and you beat Donald Trump? White America gonna flip off, Art. I'm going to make sure I'm ready, brother. Make sure you're ready. And I want all my American Africans out there, wherever you live in America, especially if you're in a city that's predominantly white, if you're in a state that's predominantly white. You know, we in Philly, which is half black, half white, 50-50. You know what I mean? But black people, please be prepared for what can happen on these streets if Donald J. Trump loses that election.
Thank you for watching this entire video. And if you enjoyed this, I'm pretty sure you enjoy some of my short and long form documentaries you can find right here. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I see you here next time on Moxy Approved.
Please join my Discord, link in the description.